There are few sights in the natural world as instantly recognizable or as utterly surprising as a flock of flamingos. Imagine, for a moment, a vast, shimmering salt flat, where the horizon just melts into the sky. Suddenly, a wave of vibrant pink appears, a living river of color against the stark landscape. These are creatures that seem almost to have been painted into existence, their long, sinuous necks curving with impossible grace and their slender legs holding them aloft like, well, delicate stilts. Their brilliant plumage, ranging from the softest rose petal to the most intense coral, really captures our imagination in a way few other birds can. They are a spectacle of nature's artistry, a bold statement of life in some of the world's most challenging environments. The flamingo's fame is not just due to its astonishing color. Its entire form is a masterpiece of curious design. Observe one for a moment and you'll see its long, spindly legs bend in a way that seems backwards to us, although it is simply their ankle joint. You'll also notice its uniquely shaped beak, thick and sharply bent in the middle, which it often holds upside down in the water. And when they take flight, they're transformed yet again. Necks and legs are stretched out in a perfectly straight line, creating a remarkable silhouette as they soar through the air in great coordinated formations. It's this combination of striking color and peculiar anatomy that makes the flamingo an icon, a symbol of the exotic and the beautiful. From the crowded shores of lakes in Africa to the high-altitude wetlands of the Andes, these birds have captured human fascination for centuries. While we often speak of the flamingo as if it were a single entity, the world is actually home to 6 distinct species, each with its own unique characteristics and geographical range. Together, they form a global family, scattered across continents yet united by their shared ancestry. 2 of these species are known as the Old World flamingos. The greater flamingo is the most widespread, found in parts of Africa, southern Europe, South and Southwest Asia. It is also the largest and palest of the 6. Its close relative, the lesser flamingo, is the most numerous. Vast flocks of these smaller, more intensely colored birds create the famous pink spectacles on the soda lakes of Africa's Great Rift Valley. Crossing the Atlantic, we find the New World flamingos, a group of 4 species that inhabit the Americas. The American flamingo, sometimes called the Caribbean flamingo, is perhaps the most brilliantly colored of all, with a plumage that can be a stunning vermilion or deep salmon pink. It thrives in the Caribbean islands, the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico, and along the northern coast of South America. This is the species many people in North America picture when they think of a flamingo, a true icon of the tropics. Its vibrant presence brings life to the coastal lagoons and mangrove swamps it calls home. The name flamingo is as flamboyant as the bird itself, and its history tells a story of fire and color. The word comes to us from Spanish and Portuguese, flamengo, which literally translates to flame-colored. It's not difficult to see why early explorers, upon witnessing these birds for the first time, would choose such a powerful and descriptive name. The sight of a flock rising into the air with their wings flashing shades of crimson and pink must have looked like a living fire taking flight. The name perfectly captures the essence of the bird's appearance, its warmth, its intensity, and its ability to set the landscape ablaze with color. This connection to fire runs through its name in many languages. The etiology traces back to the Latin word flamma, meaning flame. In Greek, the bird's name, phoenicopteros, literally means crimson-winged. That sudden flash of deep red is often hidden at rest but is revealed in the spectacle of flight. Different cultures independently arrived at similar descriptions. The name is not just a label, it's a poem capturing the bird's striking quality. It speaks to a shared human sense of awe at such intense natural color. The most famous attribute of the flamingo, its glorious pink color, is not something it is born with. A baby flamingo, or chick, hatches with soft, downy feathers, gray or white. It will remain this drab color for the first couple of years. The secret to its transformation lies entirely in its diet. Vibrant pinks, oranges, reds of an adult's plumage come from pigments found in algae found in crustaceans it consumes. These pigments are carotenoids, the same compounds that color carrots and ripe tomatoes. Without a steady supply, a flamingo would fade to pale white. Common sources: brine shrimp, blue-green algae, and saline, alkaline waters. As the flamingo feeds, it ingests these organisms and its digestive system gets to work. The liver breaks down carotenoids, then deposits pigment into growing feathers, skin of the legs and the bill. An adult's color shows its health and success at finding food. Brighter equals sign better fed, more desirable as a mate. Pale equals sign unwell or poor foraging season. This links an animal's appearance to its ecosystem. Flamingos act as living records of habitat health. The flamingo's anatomy is a masterclass in specialized evolution, perfectly honed for a life of wading and filter feeding. Perhaps its most extraordinary feature is its large, bent beak. Unlike most birds, the flamingo feeds with its head held upside down in the water. The beak is uniquely adapted for this purpose. The large, lower mandible forms a deep trough. The smaller upper mandible acts like a lid. When feeding, the bird submerges its bill, uses its thick, powerful tongue to pump water in and out, and filters out tiny food items. Inside the beak is an intricate filtering system called lamellae, comb-like bristly structures that line the mandibles. These lamellae act like a fine sieve, trapping brine shrimp, algae, insect larvae, other microscopic morsels, while expelling water and mud. Different flamingo species have different lamellae arrangements. Lesser flamingo, very fine lamellae for minuscule algae. Greater flamingo, a coarser filter for larger items like insects and crustaceans. The beak is a highly efficient built-in filtration plant. Equally iconic are the flamingo's incredibly long legs, allowing it to wade into deeper water than most shorebirds, giving access to food out of reach for competitors. The flamingo may look like a thoroughly modern and exotic creation, but its family tree stretches deep into the past, making it one of the more ancient bird lineages alive today. Fossil evidence suggests ancestors were already wading through shallow waters millions of years ago. The earliest flamingo fossils date to the Eocene, around 50 million years ago. These early relatives didn't look exactly like today's flamingos. Some had shorter legs, some had straighter beaks. For a long time, their place on the avian tree was a puzzle. With their long legs, with their webbed feet, flamingos were grouped with storks, herons, other wading birds. But behavioral and genetic evidence told a different story. Surprisingly, flamingos' closest living relatives are grebes, short-legged water-loving birds. DNA analysis now strongly supports a shared ancestry. This reveals convergent evolution, unrelated species evolving similar traits. Example: flamingo versus stork and heron. Similar body plan, different heritage. Their evolution shows increasing specialization. Flamingos are more than just beautiful birds. They are vital components of the unique and often fragile ecosystems they inhabit. As one of the few large animals capable of thriving in highly saline or alkaline lakes and lagoons, they play a crucial role as keystone species. By consuming vast quantities of algae, by consuming vast quantities of invertebrates, they help to regulate the populations of these organisms, maintaining a healthy balance within the aquatic food web. Their droppings also serve to fertilize the water, providing essential nutrients that support the very microscopic life they and other species depend upon. The presence of a thriving flamingo colony is a sign that the entire ecosystem is functioning as it should. These habitats, however, are under increasing threat from human activities. Water diversion for agriculture and industry can cause these vital lakes to dry up, while pollution from mining and urban runoff can contaminate the water, killing the flamingo's food sources. Climate change also poses a significant risk, altering rainfall patterns and increasing evaporation rates, which can make these shallow lakes inhospitable. Because flamingos often congregate in huge numbers in just a few key breeding sites, they are particularly vulnerable. A single disturbance or disaster at a major nesting colony could have a devastating impact on an entire species population. Protecting flamingos, therefore, means protecting their entire wetland habitats. These areas are not wastelands. They are incredibly productive and biologically important ecosystems that support a wide range of specialized life. Conservation efforts are focused on securing these key sites.